Hey guys, Sav here, back with some more Let's Replay Guild Wars 2. Today we are doing the plan of attack story step, where we need to meet with Rox and Rytlock to discuss the summit. And we're already in the instance. I'm glad you're here. I was dreading having to do this without backup. I sent Tribune Brimstone a mail asking if he would forward our summit invitation to Smodor. And his response was to order you to meet in person? Yeah, no way around it now. This is too important a cause. I had hoped it wouldn't come to this. I don't want to see his disappointment in me. He has nothing to be disappointed about. You did what you had to do. And I do it again to save Bram or any of you. No one is dispensable, not even for the glory of taking down Scarlet. I know him. He'll understand that. He's lost people too. Thanks. I needed to hear that. Let's get this over with, okay? Let's do it. There he is.
Well, Rox, you're actually showing your face. That shows courage, considering what you're here for.
Tribune?
You want me to talk the Imperator into attending your summit, and yet you disobeyed my order to end Scarlet.
I had to make a battlefield decision, Tribune.
If it hadn't been for our friend here, Scarlet would still be out there murdering people and ruining Tyria one city at a time.
Yes, Tribune.
At ease, soldier. Excuse me while I discuss this with someone I know I can rely on.
I know that look. You don't have to defend Rox, you know. Well, you sure haven't lost any of your drill sergeant charm. I know, I'm rough on her, but someday somebody has to be. She's too soft inside. She'd have been dead long ago if I hadn't toughened her up. You going to punish her for not killing Scarlet? Nah, I understand why she did it. Besides, she's a free agent now. She and I don't need to see eye to eye anymore. Of course, that doesn't mean I'm not going to give her grief when she needs it. She still answers to the Legions. Sure, but being a free agent means she has her missions and she's expected to figure out how to do it herself. She's on her own. Rox has a mission. What is it? All free agents have missions. Some deliver messages, some fight Elder Dragons. We don't talk about it. Got it. So she told you why we're here? Not much. In her mail, she mentioned something about how you want Imperator Smodor to attend some strategic gathering. We need you to talk to him for us.
Tribune, we also have information that will interest you and Imperator Smodor. It's about the Elder Dragons.
I know. Words reached me that Mordremoth is active.
That's an understatement. It's been destroying entire forts. We're not sure how far it can reach. The Black Citadel
Has enough to worry about with branded and Ascalonian ghosts.
And if that's not enough, it takes everything else we've got to keep the Flame Legion off our ramps. Before you know it, you'll be adding Mordremoth to that list. Tribune, the branded are contained to one region. Mordremoth is quickly spreading across all of Tyria. It has already reached as far as Timberline Falls and Kessex Hills. Mordremoth's reached Charlands. I fought its minions in the Iron Marches. That changes things. How bad is this situation? Bad enough that no one in Tyria could afford to ignore it any longer. That's right. What happens to us if everyone else's armies are destroyed because we Char kept to ourselves? We have to stand together. We have to take on the greatest threat first. That's Mordremoth. You don't have to tell me how dangerous Elder Dragons are, but convincing me and convincing Imperator Smodor are two different things entirely. There must be something we can do to convince him.
As a matter of fact, that's why I asked you to come in person. I carry Sohathin, my blade. It's said to have the power to reverse the foe fire.
Is that true, or just a myth?
I plan to test it. After years of research, I finally found the proper combination of elements to unlock the sword's powers.
You could rid us of all the ghosts?
That's the idea. We do that and Smodor will have less to worry about. Then we can convince him to attend the summit.
I've researched the ritual and I've learned a lot about Ascalonian history. This story began over 1,000 years ago when the ritual was first formulated by the humans' gods. The Six. Please go on. The Six gave them magic. At the same time, they also gave one of them a magical crown and two magical swords to protect the kingdom. Sohathin and Magdair, and King Aldeburn had inherited the crown. Exactly. The crown was designed to break into 4 parts. When the fragments are separated, they're hard to see. This is a safeguard to keep this powerful item from falling into the wrong hands. And the crown is required for the ritual? It is. When Adalbert enacted the ritual with Magdair, he became a ghost. But the crown was preserved and found by Char, who entered the area later. They toyed with it, and the fragments are lost. And you found them? I found one. I'm asking you to go find the others. The fragments work like magnets to each other. Once you have one, you'll feel a pull toward the others. Even after all this time, you're sure they're there. I'm hopeful. We need the crown to perform the ritual. Might as well assume they're there. You, Rytlock Brimstone, are going to perform a ritual. If it means I succeed at breaking the foe fire curse, I'd put on a robe and call myself Shaman Brimstone. There's a lot at stake here, my friend. Point taken. I'll go find the crown fragments. Rox can help you get set up. Retrieve the first crown fragment from the ruins of Old Gate. So these are 3 little open world missions that we have to go do to find these 3 little crown fragments. I'll see you at the first one. Alright, so the first one is right here. We have to find the first crown fragment after Rel's machine neutralizes the ghosts. That's Rel. I've developed a new machine that takes complete control of the ghost. Once I finish these final preparations, I'll just need help setting it up. What does the machine do? Sounds like a great idea. I'll come back after you. I'll come back later to see you in action. Apparently, I must have missed it. It must have happened recently. Let's see. Yep, he already finished it. So we got a little fortunate here, or maybe fortunate, I don't know, maybe not so much for the video. Again, I will try to remember to put a link in the description below, because I have done this before on my old character, on my original Let's Play. If you guys are so interested, but as you can see, it's already happened. I can just walk up to this rock pile and take the fragment, and we don't have to worry about doing the open world events. They're all open world events. They can be activated, you know, on, I'm not going to say at any time, but they can be activated by anyone at any time. So sometimes you just happen to get lucky and come in, or unlucky, depending on how you guys want to look at it, and you don't have to actually do the event. The next one is the Serenity Temple, so I will see you guys when I get there. Okay, this says retrieve the second crown fragment after historian Saren finishes his research at Serenity Temple. I don't see him, but there is another green arrow on my map. Or green star, I should say, so we're going to head over to that. Yep, looks like this also just finished. I must be following right behind somebody who's doing this, because I think below the crown fragment shines to the rubble, and I take it. This event was already completed as well. Again, hopefully there's a link in the description below. Hopefully I remember. I don't always remember. I'm aware that I don't always remember. And finally we have to go to Iron Marches for the final one. Okay, this says the final crown fragment must be hidden nearby. It will be easier to find after Bree is gone. And apparently this event is done. Oh, nope. It was done, and now it just reset. You can see there was a fragment right over here.
How wonderful.
But this event has reset.
Children have come to play at my home.
We're not sweet. We're ferocious warriors. Rawr.
Oh yes, I can see that. Come closer, my little champion. I have something for you. It's a warrior's prize, worthy of your courage.
A present?
I want one.
What is it? An unbreakable shield? Is it a flaming sword like Tribune Brimstone's?
It's something even better, little ones. For your bravery, I reward you with
Endless torment!
Tender Rising.
Don't run
attack
away,
her.
children.
Yep.
Come back and play with me.
That wasn't very nice.
Well, that feared up. Okay, I have to go around and save the cubs and leave Bree alone because she just keeps doing this. That is some kind of fear. I don't know how to break it.
I want to be just like you.
Plenty to keep me occupied.
What happened? She gone?
Gone? My cubs are still gone. I want them back.
Rhea, release the children. Do not condemn them for your own purposes.
The children are mine now. Claim them, and I will consume your old dusty souls as well.
Necromancer?
Vigor.
I didn't know that was possible.
Recovery.
Rhea was no ordinary necromancer. Even Adalbern's curse couldn't bind her for long.
And Bowfire? If she was a ghost of Ascalon, doesn't that mean she will reappear?
Yes, and in time she will regain all of her strength and abilities, even as a ghost.
Great. Let's get out of here before that happens.
Indeed, and urge your young not to play in these woods any longer.
Alright, anyway. To the rock pile, pick up the last crown fragment. And back to the Plains of Ashford.
You made it. Not that I doubted you for a minute. At ease, soldier. Your deeds have reached my ears, as has your invitation. If this mission is even remotely successful, I will attend your summit. Let's hear your plan, Brimstone.
You're back. Did you have any luck? Yes, I found them all. Great. Give me the crown. Alright, tell me more about the ritual. It all hinges on Sahothin, my sword. There were originally two of them, Sahothin and another called Magdare. They were given to the Ascalonians as protection against invasion. A couple hundred years ago or so, Sahothin was wielded by Rurik, son of King Adalbern. He was killed by a stone summit dwarf. It came into my care several years ago. How did you get it? Irrelevant. Point, which he never tells us, by the way. Point is that its partner Magdare is the sword Adalbern used to curse the Ascalonians. I've long suspected that Sahothin is the blade that can break the curse. Okay, so how? I've had my snout buried in old scrolls and books at the Priory. One of the scholars there has been helping me back to tack together the history. I finally found reference to a ritual, and you trust the source. It's got an Orient stamp on it, which makes it so old it's got to be legitimate. In any case, I have to try. If it works, we'll be free. Tell me what you need. Once we're inside, we need to channel ghost essence into the sword to fire it up. That means slashing lots of ghosts. So, high stakes, big danger. Sounds like fun, let's go. We may be here on fool's errand, but it's worth a try. Rytlock has done the impossible before. These ghosts have plagued my people for too long. I spend every day looking for ways to end it. If this works, it would be a boon for both Char and humans. True, it must be infuriating for humans, even those who aren't descended from Ascalonians. Maybe it'll help us get the treaty signed. Yeah, and all the more reason why this needs to work. Your help is not going unnoticed. I'll do just about anything for Rytlock or rocks. And finally. Looks like we've got everything we need. The crown you put together is historic. It practically crackles with the weight of Ascalon's ancestors. If this works, we'll go down in history ourselves. Do you think it will? I mean, surely getting rid of all the ghosts can't be easy. Who said it was easy? Getting the crown was no stroll. Actually, it was. And on the other side of the gate, we've got ghosts building up, just waiting for us to come through. I hope their essence can charge Sahothin. I guess we'll find
That
out.
should be everything we need to cleanse the foe fire.
How do you know this will work?
It'll work, because I said so.
You're on point, Brimstone.
Yes, sir.
I love the Ascalon music. It's so good.
We don't know what's down there. Be ready for anything.
Frostbite and I are ready to stomp some ghosts. Mike,
Oh, missed one.
The tomb is just ahead. That's where we'll test the foe fire cleansing. It's a place of power.
I guess there's no turning back once we step through that arch, huh?
You prefer to go back to the Farrar, Cub.
No, sir.
You have to be ready. This could go in any direction. There's no way of predicting what this ritual will do. I'm ready. If you remember from the very first episode, this is where we killed the Adalbern rock statue. Or not, was it Adalbern? There was a statue here.
You used to do that when you were a cub.
Whatever this statue was, it came
Let's get
alive.
this over with.
I thought it was Adalbern. Maybe it's not Adalbern.
Something's happening. Those ghosts don't seem to like this sword.
Looks like it's coming back to life again. We'll find out in a minute if I was right or not.
They're possessing what's left of Baradin's statue.
Baradin, my bad.
Someone once told me nothing worth fighting for is ever easy.
Alright, defeat the possessed statue.
Do listen.
Just like the good old days. I have to kill the Menders before they come in and heal it. I'm going to try to blow it up before that happens, but the Mender's not really that close, so the Spectral Flames knocked me right off of it, though. That's what I remember now.
We need to kill Ghost. Charge so often.
Oh, still immune. More ghosts.
So often is charged with the Ghost's power. Let's see how effective this is.
Still immune. Still immune. Nope, not immune anymore.
We need to kill Ghost. Charge so often.
Okay. I know I struggled with this the first time. I don't know why. They must have dumbed this down or something. I don't know, because it seemed a lot easier than it did the first time I did it. Don't stand there. I'm still immune. Still gotta kill ghosts.
Our moment has finally come.
Oh, that's why. I remember now. Oh, I'll push it closer. That was brilliant. I killed him downstairs, so... What? I'm stuck in first person. Get out of here.
Ascalon, I free you from this curse. I have to go after it. Without it, we'll never end this war. Go!
I need to go after him.
The portal is closed. You can't.
But,
Stand down, soldier. You'll be fine. If anything, I'd be worried for the poor souls that get in his way. This is his mission, not yours.
Brimstone will be back, don't worry. I took a lot of ghosts with him. I noticed. You may not have ended the curse, but you had an effect, and you played a pivotal role. I'll come to your stomach for that reason alone. Even after the cleansing failed? Cleansing's not over. Brimstone's dedication to his duty will bring him back. The least I could do is honor his commitment by attending the summit. That's good. Thank you. You won't regret it. Well, I'm not sure about that, but I keep my word. I'll be there. I'll see you there, Imperator. Thank you. What just happened? It looked like there was a portal to the Mists. The Mists? I hope so. At least we know you can come back from the Mist. What was he thinking? He had to go after so often. I suppose. At least now we have more hope that the sword might one day break the curse. I guess it's our only chance of getting rid of the ghost for good. My thoughts exactly. I just wish he hadn't gone alone. I agree. If only the portal hadn't closed so quickly. I suppose there's no way to find him. No, none. The mists are vast. Are you alright? I will be. My heart is still hammering. I just have to keep telling myself he'll be fine. He's been in bigger scrapes. Still. I know. I worry too. At least the Imperator has agreed to come to the summit. That's one consolation. Yes, his presence is important. The Char army is powerful. So, Flunt hasn't backed out. What about Queen Jenna? Flunt's waiting on Timmy's device. Casimir's convinced the Queen to come. Carry the cat. What if they don't come? What if no one comes? I can't even think about how devastating that would be to Tyria. They must. Reading hurts my vocal cords. We got a letter. That is actually the end of Dragon Reach Part 1. We will be going into Dragon's Reach Part 2 next episode, and I will read that letter then. But in the meantime, just a little, I don't know, I guess just a little discussion into the future. Obviously, this game's been out for 5.5 years now. Most people, even watching this now, kind of know where we're going. We don't, it's no surprise that to a lot of people where we're going from here. You may be watching this and you already know what happens to Rytlock. So I will give a little bit into it. It's a little funny that I am a Revenant and a Herald. Because that's exactly that's what Rytlock introduces that profession in Heart of Thorns. He comes back from the Mists in the very first chapter, well, second chapter of Heart of Thorns, and you'll see that when we get there. And again, Heart of Thorns has already been out for over 2 years, so I don't feel like I'm spoiling too much there. And that's how we become a Revenant / Herald. So it's kind of almost foreshadowing for me to be standing here next to him as a Revenant and Herald. Also, if you guys, or maybe you guys don't know what happened to him in the Mist, because he never actually reveal what happened to him in Heart of Thorns, or even in Living World Season 3. It won't be until we get to Path of Fire, guys, and And I guess it's about 4 or 5 chapters into Path of Fire where we finally find out what happens to him in the mists. And I won't spoil anything there in case you guys aren't aware of it. But all I'm saying is don't expect it to be revealed anytime soon. We have a lot of story we got to cover before we get to that point. Just to give you guys a little bit of an idea of how much story I'm actually talking about here. We just finished part 3 of 8 of Living World Season 2. Living World Season 2 is really long, by the way. Then we're going to do Heart of Thorns, which is about 15 chapters, give or take. Then Living World Season... Well, I should say it's 15 chapters, because the way these chapters are, these are long chapters. Heart of Thorns chapters aren't always that long. Sometimes it's literally just walking from point A to point B, and that's a chapter. So we'll actually just say that's basically maybe just a chapter in and of itself. Maybe about the equivalent of 2 Living World Season 2 chapters. It's pretty short in comparison. Living World Season 3, we have 6 chapters. They're fairly lengthy. Not as long as Living World Season 2, but certainly longer than Heart of Thorns chapters. And then we'll finally be into Path of Fire. And the Path of Fire goes into the same kind of chapter type as Heart of Thorns, so they're a bit shorter. And then Living World Season 4. But Path of Fire is when we'll find out what happens to Ridlock. So, enough of that. That's my outro for this video, guys. I will see you guys next